Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is LJ and in today's 3 days 3 ways I'm going to be doing a review on Givenchy's Teint Couture Foundation Balm. So this is new to Sephora online in Canada, so it's an online exclusive, but I'm going to be doing a little review today. So my 3 days 3 ways is where I test out a foundation in 3 different ways using different applications, different products to go with it across a period of 3 days. So I'm going to be doing day 1 today. I'm going to be checking in later. So let's have a look at the foundation. So the foundation comes in a box like this, and when you open it up, it's in more of a squeezy tube style. So it just looks like this. And it says to shake it before you use it. It's more of a blurring foundation, so it's going to be what it says, it's medium coverage. Just going to do a little swatch so you can see the consistency. So you can see there's a nice coverage on it. It feels really lightweight and nice and airy. Okay, so let's do some color matching. I have 4 foundations here to see which one is going to be the best color match for my skin. So there's 8 shades in the range. I'm gonna try, this is number 1. Number 2. Number 3. And this is number 4. So you can see you get a nice variation of undertones. I think I'm gonna go with number 2. I think that will be the best color match for me. At the start of each day, day 1, 2 and 3, I'm going to explain what I'm going to be applying onto my face that day. I will leave all the timestamps below to each day and what I will be applying. Okay, let's get stuck into day 1. So day 1, I'm going to try and use as many as the brand's products that I'm testing out as much as possible. I'm going to apply a primer before the foundation. I'm going to apply the foundation as it's recommended to do so. I'm going to apply a setting powder all over the face, and I'm not going to use any setting spray. I don't have any Givenchy primer, but I'm just going to use my Laura Mercier primer because I guess it's still on the more high end of products. I have number 2 here. It says to shake it well before you use it. The recommended way to apply this foundation is by using your fingers. I don't usually like to use my fingers, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm going to use a different application on day 2. So I'm just going to dot it around, rub it in. I have the foundation on now and it's a really good color match. As you can see, it matches my neck and my chest area. I really like it. I feel like it did go on very blur-like and it did make my complexion look nice and even. I added a little bit around the cheek area just to cover up some redness that I have. It says on the website on Sephora that you can do 2 layers of it if you wish. It won't look cakey or it won't look heavy on the skin. I have to say it is looking extremely glowy and dewy, which I like. I am now going to continue and do the rest of my face, concealer, and I'm going to powder all over, and I'm going to just check in when I have all of that done. I'm back now. I have my full face makeup on. The foundation looks amazing. Nice medium to light coverage. Looks flawless on the skin. Not caking, not building up anywhere unusually, but we'll see how that fares out throughout today. I finished my whole entire face with a setting powder. I used the Givenchy Prism Libra. This is their Lunar New Year packaging, so that's super pretty. And I also have a Givenchy lip on. The rest I did try to keep it high end. I don't have any other Givenchy products, but I use as much high end product as I use just to see how well it works with that like higher standard of product. I will be out and about today, so I might be checking in later, be after about 10 hours. But I'll let you know later on how long I have the foundation on when we check back in. Day 1 is done. I have worn this foundation for about 10 hours now and it's looking really good. It hasn't come through as extremely glowy or anything, even though when I put it on it was quite like a dewy finish. Having the powder all over definitely helps it set in place. I am finding a little bit of smile lineage, but nothing too crazy. Like, it's just started coming through after a few hours. I've just noticed right now, looking under the lights and everything, that there's just a tiny bit of caking happening around my nose, which I didn't even notice all day. So I don't think after 10 hours it's something to be worried about. Let's have a close-up of my face just so you can see. So there's a little bit of caking happening here. I'm not sure if it's going to show up on camera, but it's like just around here. Sorry for showing you up my nostrils. And a little bit of a smile line here, but nothing to worry about really. The other side is okay. The rest of my face, a little bit of fallout from my mascara. I need to put on a little bit more powder. My forehead isn't looking too oily at all. That's where I always get oily. And just note as well that I haven't even touched up throughout the day at all whatsoever. Whenever I'm doing my foundation reviews, I'm not going to touch up whatsoever. I did touch up my lip throughout today because that's more of a sheer finish lipstick, so it's more hydrating, so you do have to touch it up. I've literally just eaten my dinner before coming on here, so it is after fading off. I'm sorry I didn't touch it up for you. Anyways, I'm really impressed. I'm really looking forward to day 2 because I feel like day 2 is going to be a good day for this foundation, because day 2 is minimalist day, so we're going to be even using less product on the foundation, and we're going to see if it really works. We're going to put it up to the test with all cream products and just setting spray. Day 1 down, it was a success. On to day 2. Day 2 of Givenchy's 3 Days 3 Ways. Let's do it. Okay, so day 2 is where I am more minimalistic, so I'm not going to use a primer. I'm going to use a different tool to apply the foundation. So yesterday I used my hands. Today I'm going to use a beauty sponge. And just after applying the foundation directly onto the beauty sponge, just going to dot it everywhere. So I just have my everyday skincare routine on underneath the foundation today. If you'd like to see a video of my everyday skincare, then leave me a comment below and I'll do that. I have a combination skin type, so I do get oily in my T-zone. I get very oily like here in my forehead area. The aim for day 2 is to put the foundation on its own without the support of primer or setting powders. Now I am going to be using cream contour and cream blush, but they're going to be cream, so there's going to be no powder on my face whatsoever. And for those of you who like more of a cream finish, it's going to be a good indication for you if you would like to get this foundation. Just applying a little bit of more foundation onto those little areas. Okay, that's the foundation completely applied to my skin. I feel like it gives a more of a matte finish using the sponge. It's less glowy than yesterday, I feel, but still quite dewy. So I'm going to continue now, do the rest of my face with all cream products. I'm going to set my face using my setting spray, which is the Inglot setting spray. And I'm going to come back at the end once my makeup is on and check in before I head out for the entire day. I'm back. I have the rest of my face done now. I'm looking very dewy, very fresh, which is going to be nice. But we'll see after 12 hours and I'll be back later. So all cream products on my face and just setting spray. I'll be out for about 12 hours today. I'm gonna check in later, no touch-ups, and we'll see how we're looking. I've had the foundation on for 11 and a half hours now, and I feel like an absolute mess. So I feel like I can't touch my face, otherwise I'm gonna have like transfer marks all over my hands, foundation everywhere. I just feel really uncomfortable because it's so oily. It looks so shiny, and it's like my mascara is after transferring all around the perimeter of my eye, even though it is waterproof mascara. When I powder it, it never transfers. So this foundation, to make it last, I feel like you definitely need to powder it. So do not do this with this foundation. Don't not powder it. I'm going to show you a little up close. Everything else, it looks fine. It just looks super shiny. So unless you want to look super dewy, then go for it. But if you do want to be uncomfortable, then I would suggest powdering it. It's not after caking anywhere or anything. It's super shiny. Just feels really uncomfortable. A little bit of transfer there from my lips. But I got some blotting sheets so that we can see what it is showing up with the sheets. So these are just the Inglot ones that I just grabbed. So yeah, look at all that oil. Yeah, I just feel like everything's after fading off. And yeah, it's completely transferring. I don't know if you can see it, but it has transferred onto my hand. Super oily. Maybe if you had dry skin and you don't ever need to powder, this would be good, but I always need to powder my T-zone. Oh, too hot. And like you can see, I'm getting no oils really on around the side of my face. That's where I am more dry. Okay, after blotting it's not too bad. I'm gonna put on a little bit of powder now just to see if it powders down well after blotting. I'm gonna use the same powder I used on day one, the Givenchy Prism Libre. Okay, that's after matting me down quite a bit. It did powder up nicely, it didn't really go cakey. I do have a little cakiness around my upper lip, but that always seems to happen to me. I feel like I would need to touch up the contour, maybe because it was a cream contour as well, that I didn't do it as well as I would with a powder on top as well. How many times do I say as well? I think if you were dedicated enough to touch up throughout the day, which I am not, by the way, I never ever touch up, not just for solely the purpose of doing these reviews, I generally never ever touch up anyway. I want it to last. I'm usually a full coverage foundation type girl, like I like that full coverage. And this is definitely not a full coverage foundation, but I was really impressed with yesterday. Today not so much, but if you are dedicated to touching up throughout the day and you want a natural finish, then this would be okay after blotting it. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, which is day 3. I'm going to put all my knowledge that I gained over the past 2 days and put it into day 3. Use the correct products, the products that I think are going to work best, and see how that goes. I feel like this could be one of my favorite foundations that are on the more light to natural kind of scale. So let's see tomorrow at the end of the day my final thoughts. Day 3 of Givenchy Teint Couture Foundation Balm. So today is the day where I do like an assessment of the past 2 days and see what will work best. This is the... I thought I would use a drugstore primer, so this is the Rimmel Lasting Finish. I generally don't think primers make too much of a difference anyway, so I might as well just put it on. Today I'm gonna dot it all over my face and then rub it in with my artiste brush. This foundation is supposed to be good for all skin types and it's supposed to be buildable with 2 layers without becoming too heavy. So I'm gonna pop on another layer and just see how that goes. That looks really good. The coverage is after building up just a little bit more and I am liking it. Still very light coverage, very glowy looking. Today I'm going to be using setting powder in my T-zone and then I'm going to be doing a setting spray afterwards. So I'm going to go away now and do the rest of my face and I will check in just before we start the day. I have all my makeup applied now for the day, so I'm going to be away. I'm going to be out for about 11-12 hours again today. I feel like this is going to be the best day out of all 3, so let's see how we get on. It's been now 11 hours since I applied the foundation for day 3. Throughout the day, every time I looked in the mirror, I thought I looked literally blurred, like it says on the bottle of the foundation. So it's a blurring foundation balm. This foundation could possibly be my most favorited lightweight foundation that I've ever tried. I've never ever liked any, like fully liked any lightweight foundations because I usually like a full coverage to be able to like completely cover this face and like do the whole thing, but I absolutely love this. So let's get down to it. Yesterday I looked super oily. I did some blotting and a lot of oils came off. Today I am looking absolutely smooth, I have a little bit of a glow. I did discover some smile lines coming through after a few hours, say maybe after 6 hours of wear. I'm gonna do a little blotting just out of curiosity in my T-zone area. So I have these Inglot papers again. Okay, so, not even sticking as much as it did yesterday. Still some oils coming off. That's normal. But like nearly just where I was packing down my fingers. A little bit more here on the side of my nails. Looking good after blotting. I'm gonna get some powder now and just powder it down and see how that looks. I'm gonna use the Givenchy powder again. That's amazing. My smile lines have now completely disappeared. They're all smoothened out. The powder did wonders. My only little thing, and it's no fault of the foundation, but you might notice it on camera, is I have a little bit of fallout underneath my eyes from my mascara. I just need to powder that area a little bit more. Smile lines absolutely gone. I always get like a cakey upper lip. I think it's because I have so many freckles there, but I can never avoid it. Obviously, lipstick is still from earlier. I haven't even taken it off at all, and that is one of the new Pixi by Petra liquid lipstick, so I'll list that all down below. Let's get down to the foundation. You get 1 fluid ounce of foundation in the bottle, which is industry standard in my opinion. It is retailing for 58 Canadian dollars. Yes, it's a little bit pricey. You are paying for the name as well, but I do feel like it's worth it. If you do like a lightweight foundation that is actually going to blur over your skin and make you look nice and fresh for the whole entire day, then it is definitely worth it. It claims to give medium coverage. Yes, when applied with powder, I feel it's more of a lightweight coverage with no powder on top, with just setting spray as we did in day 2. It says it's catered towards normal, combination and oily skin types, where I feel like they should cater for the dry skin type as well. I feel like people with dry skin would get on really well with this product. So claims to give up to 12 hours of wear. I did not realize that until now at the end of day 3. I would agree to a certain extent. I feel like you would have to blot and touch up just like I did here, maybe at around the 8-9 hour mark, just to maintain the freshness. But I feel like if you were to pop this on in the morning after work, blot and powder, you'd be good to go for the whole entire night. Also, something to note here as well is that this product is formulated without parabens, which is very important in this day and age. So my final thoughts: would I purchase this product? Yes. I love it. I honestly love it. I think it does exactly what it says on the tin. It's blurring foundation balm. It's not too heavy, nice and light. I did a little bit of a double coverage today and it worked out really well. Works beautifully with powdered products. Powder on top, I feel like it worked the best. It lasted the longest. It looked the freshest. So this foundation gets a massive thumbs up from me. I tested it out 3 different ways over 3 different days and I'm absolutely impressed with it. Have you tried this foundation? I would love to know your thoughts. Okay guys, that's my little roundup of Givenchy Teint Couture. I actually said it right this time. The Teint Couture Balm Blurring Foundation Balm. Givenchy. Amazing. I really love it. Has anyone else tried it? I want to know if you've gotten your hands on it. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I've seen some reviews online with people with the darker skin tone saying that it's oxidized. I feel like it didn't oxidize on my skin whatsoever. I was using shade number 2. I'm shade 2 in this foundation. I'm going to have a follow-up blog post with all the shades swatched on my blog, so I'll link that down below once it's ready. I hope you enjoyed this review. Make sure you leave me some comments below. Let me know what foundations you want me to do reviews on, and I'll see you in the next video.